Hi YouTube, this is JJ714 coming back at you. I know that I put a few pictures up or a few videos up, and they were just really clips of my vacation to Jamaica and the Caymans. But I wanted you to know that I had a fabulous time, and I'm looking so forward to going back on my next cruise. But some of the things that I really enjoyed about the cruise? I really have to say I enjoyed mostly everything about the cruise. The one thing that I didn't enjoy was that my husband and my daughter were not there because it was, with the group that I went, it was a women's cruise. So I had asked my husband about them coming, and he was like, no, it's going to be too many women on the ship. However, some of the ladies that did attend, they did bring their spouses in or their children. So I'm going to try to make this one really quick, and then I'll come back and tell you some things that I found out that was very helpful for me, and some things that I would recommend if you're going on your cruise to really consider. But this is a keepsake that I brought back, and I really brought this back from my hubby. But as you can see, it's Celebrity Millennium is the name of the ship we were on, and it's the Caribbean Voyage 2012. And that's Celebrity Cruises logo. And this is what the ship looked like. And I mean, it was just a beautiful ship. And I mean, this is a really nice picture of it, but to be on it and to see it, oh man, it was outstanding. Now, this is a picture of me. This was Captain's night, and I was sitting at the table. Normally what happens when you go on a cruise, depending on if you go on a group with a group or however you decide to go, but because we went with a group and our meetings were going to be like after 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, we had group seatings where we sat for dinner, and our time was 6 o'clock in the evening. They also had an 8 o'clock meal time too. So depending on what time that you selected to eat, you can either dine in the dining room or you could dine. They had specialty restaurants that you can dine, or they had like open type cafeteria type style where you can just go get food, or you could order room service, or you can get your food and you could go out on the the deck or something like that. But again, our group selected that we did the main dining room dinner, and we had it at 6 o'clock. So if you had that type of seating, normally whoever you sat with at the table, that will be your time every every dinner time, and then you would sit with that same group of people. So I liked some of that, but then I didn't like it because if you had some people like some of my friends that were there, we ended up, my twin sister and I, we were on the 4th level, and they ended up eating on the 5th level, and we really sort of wanted to be together, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. So anyway, we had Captain's night. We actually left on our trip on last Saturday, which was the 24th. We left out of the port of Miami, and then we sailed all day. We were at sea all evening for Saturday. We left about 4:30. It may have been a little bit later than that, but it was pretty close to 4:30. And we were at sea all day Saturday, the remainder of Saturday at sea all day Sunday. And then Sunday night we had Captain's night, and that's a formal night. And, everybody got dressed, or most of the people there. There were some people that they weren't planning to get dressed, so they just didn't come to dinner. But, and then Monday morning we were in Jamaica. And we stayed in Jamaica from 9 in the morning until about 6 in the evening. My sister, myself, and my 2 girlfriends, we ended up going to Chuka Beach. I like the beach. I love the water. The only thing that I did not like about that particular experience is that even though it was a gated beach and they also had security, there were some of the local people who were walking up and down the beach. They had their various, items that they were trying to sell. And unfortunately, most of it was stuff that most tourists would not be interested in buying. So they just didn't really take you saying no to them very well. I mean, every time they saw you, even if they asked you 3 times before, they would continue to ask you. So you sort of had to begin to ignore them. The water was beautiful. One of my friends and I, we went out on jet ski, and we ended up falling off the jet ski because when the gentleman and he was a lifeguard, we did have life vests on, thank goodness. He said, well, when I leaned left, everybody leaned left, but apparently we were leaning, right. We were to lean right, and we were leaning right, and everybody leaned right too hard. And before I could say, I think we're leaning too hard to the right, we flopped over. So we fell in. The water is very, very salty, but thank goodness we weren't too far out that when we fell, we were able to stand up, and I was on my tippy toe, but we were able to walk back to shore. So I wanted to go back out, but my twin sister, who's not as adventurous as I am, she was really, really upset, and she was like, no, I don't want you to go back out, because what if something would have happened to you? Then I'll have to go back and tell your husband and your daughter that you drowned or whatever. So I was like, oh my goodness, where's faith? But we ended up having lunch there. They had jerk chicken, they had some rice, some plantains, and there was this cornbread dish, and I don't know what it was, but it was punch. It was nice. I enjoyed it. I guess for me, I like meeting different people and experiencing different cultures and so forth. So it was a really nice experience, and we had a really good tour driver. He gave us a little bit of, gave us information about the area while he was driving us there, and when he was taking us back. And when we got back, we were able to do some shopping within the local area before we actually went back onto the ship. And in Jamaica, our ship was able to come up to, because they had docks for the big ships. However, in the Caymans, they didn't have that. So we ended up having to get on other, I guess you would call it, I don't know, I can't remember what kind of boats they're called, but you had a top and a bottom and a lower part where people can sit, and we basically, whoever was going aboard onto the shore, you had to get onto the boat, and they would take us to the to land, and then we had to catch the boat coming back to get back on the ship. But there were people who were actually from Jamaica who had their own personal tour guides, and they did have, you can either go in excursions, pay for the excursions through the cruise line, which if it's your first time going on a cruise, I would recommend that because of the fact, if, for instance, you book through the cruise line and say we're supposed to leave at 6, but you don't get back in time to get on the boat, by the mere fact that you booked the cruise through the cruise line, the ship will wait on you. However, if you book it on your own and you go out on your own and you're late, well, guess what? You just have missed your boat, and you need to figure out how to get to the next port because they're not going to wait on you. So that was basically a little bit, and I love the Caymans. I mean, oh my God. I wanted to stay there a couple days because the water was so blue and crystal clear, and the sand was white. I mean, the beach that we went on was called Tiki Beach, and they call it 7 Mile Beach, but it was just 7 miles of white sand, and it was just really, really gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And we pretty much had a very similar lunch, with the exception that they had, you can get hot dogs or hamburgers, and it was a little bit more, how do I want to say it? Jamaica was the area that I was in. Now, I wanted to go to Ocho Rios and Montego Bay. However, I did not sign up for that excursion because it was 7 hours to take both of them, and we were only supposed to be there for a total of 6 hours. So next time we go, I plan to hopefully be able to go visit those two places because I heard that they are really, really beautiful. But of the two, I really enjoyed, I think, the Caymans more. The shopping to me was better. The beach to me was better. But I guess it just depends on what you like and what areas you're in. And in Jamaica, we went to Falmouth, Jamaica, Falmouth. And then in the Caymans, I got to try to remember. I can't really put out right quick what port we went in there, but it was nice. But the one thing that I do want to mention before I forget that I really, really enjoyed is that we had excellent customer service. I mean, the ship was top notch. Apparently, Celebrity Cruises is part of the Royal, I'm trying to think of Royal Caribbean or Royal, I can't think of the name of the other cruise line, but they're like a part of that cruise line. And Royal Caribbean, they're part of Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And the ship that we were on is what they call one of their signature ships, and it's one of the top of the line type ships. And I mean, the service is like awesome. It's awesome. They make you feel like a queen. I mean, I was married and I still feel like a queen. I mean, they just really, the service is top notch from top to bottom. The people, they're very, very nice. I like the fact that they have people working on the ship from all over the country. Our server that worked with us, he was from India. So it was just really, really awesome. But one thing that I did like was when you left in the morning. Normally we would leave for breakfast about between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, and they would go in and make up your beds and straighten up your room and everything. And then at night when you go for dinner at 6 o'clock, they would come in and turn your bed back. Well, when you come in, one thing that they will do is leave a piece of chocolate on your bed. And so what I started doing, the first day I ate my chocolate, and then I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and just start keeping my chocolate. So this is my last piece. But we were there for like 5 nights, 6 days. So I think I got like 5 pieces of chocolate. But the experience was like, phenomenal. And as far as seasickness, I didn't get seasick. I did use a patch. One of my friends actually gave me 2 patches to go behind my ear. Well, I only used one of them because if you use one, it lasts for over like 3.5 days. And after the 3.5 days, I just really didn't think to put another one on because I really didn't need it. I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to come back and talk some more about what I would do differently on the cruise the next time. So with that, I'll talk to you soon.